Welcome back to Sophie and Jumong, Part 21. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, share the video to help out the channel, and tap the notification bell so you never miss an update. He stepped away from the desk, pulled out his phone, and dialed a number that never failed him. Elias's voice came calm as ever. Jumong lowered his tone, glancing over his shoulder. "I need you at the hospital now. Park at the west gate. Wait until I come down." There was no question. Just a quiet promise. 15 minutes later, Jumong opened the back door of Elias's parked car. Elias leaned back in the driver's seat, hands relaxed on the wheel, but his eyes already sharp with curiosity. Jumong sat beside him, the leather cold under his palm. For a moment, he just breathed, then let the secret out in a slow, controlled voice. "His name is Duong Huing. He's old, frail, but his eyes... Elias, he looks like my father." Elias didn't flinch. "I need to know before anyone else does, before Madame Lee sniffs this out and spins her poison." Elias's lips curled in a small smirk. "She's going to love this family drama." Jumong gave a tired laugh. He looked down at his clenched fist. "I've asked too much of you already, but I need your eyes on this. Can you handle the test? Quietly?" Elias turned the key halfway, letting soft music cover their talk. The lead doctor knocked gently on the small private office door where Jumong had been waiting. He stepped in with a polite bow, his tablet tucked under one arm. "Sir, I have done what you asked," the doctor said softly. "We collected blood from Mr. Duong Huing and from you. The samples are safe. We will update you directly." Jumong nodded, his voice low but grateful. "Good. Keep it silent. Not a word outside this room." The doctor cleared his throat, then added, "There is another matter, sir, about Miss Gina." Jumong's eyes sharpened. "Go on." "We finished the latest scans this morning. The tumor is small, not aggressive yet. We believe with early intervention we can control it well. There is an advanced medication we want to start immediately. It should help shrink the tumor gradually, especially in the first 2 months. During this time, her headaches should ease." Jumong's tense shoulders relaxed slightly. "And after that? If the medicine works well, there is a chance it can shrink the tumor so much that surgery may not even be needed. But if any tissue remains after 2 months, then we recommend a simple procedure to remove the rest safely. It's a good plan for her age and health." Jumong exhaled, a hint of relief warming his stern features. "Thank you, doctor. Make sure her mother understands everything. And Sophie, too. She must not worry." The doctor bowed again and left Jumong alone in the small room, his mind steady for the first time that day. Out in the corridor, the doctor found Gina's mother sitting with Sophie near the nurse's station. He sat beside them, kind eyes calm but serious. "Ma'am," he began gently, "we have good news. We did a thorough check on Gina's headaches. We found a small tumor, but it is still in the early stage, which is very lucky for us." Gina's mother pressed a trembling hand to her mouth. Sophie leaned closer, eyes wide. The doctor smiled reassuringly. "We will start her on a special medication right away. Within the next 2 to 3 weeks, her headaches will become lighter. She will feel stronger. The medicine's job is to shrink the tumor slowly so that her body is comfortable." Sophie whispered, "So, no surgery right now?" "That's right," the doctor nodded. "We first watch how the medicine helps. In about 2 months, we will check again. If the tumor is gone, perfect. No operation at all. If it's still there but smaller, we remove the tiny piece safely. No danger." Gina's mother breathed out, tears slipping down her cheeks, but her shoulders finally relaxing. "Thank you, doctor. You have given us hope." He touched her shoulder lightly. "Your daughter is young and strong. We will fight this together." Sophie squeezed Gina's mother's hand, both women holding on to the quiet relief that for once, good news had come before fear could grow too big. Later that evening, when Sophie and Gina's mother stepped out to talk with the nurse, Elias slipped quietly into Gina's private room. A soft knock. No answer, so he pushed the door open gently. Gina lay propped against her pillows, reading a thin book. When she saw him in the doorway holding a small bouquet of white lilies wrapped in clean paper, her mouth fell open in surprise. Elias? His grin was shy but strong. He stepped closer, placing the flowers in her hands. For you. Don't worry. No spies, no secrets, just flowers. How are you feeling? Gina's fingers trembled as she held the bouquet close to her nose. The gentle smell made her smile, a real smile that chased the fear from her tired eyes. You didn't have to bring these. I wanted to. He pulled up a chair, sitting so close their knees almost touched. For a while they said nothing, just looked at each other. Between them, fear softened into warmth, the kind that grows only in quiet rooms with no audience. Everything will be okay, Elias said, his voice low and certain. The tumor. The treatment. You'll fight it, and I'll be right here annoying you with too many flowers. Gina laughed, then caught his eyes and held them. In his calm gaze, she found something she didn't know she was missing, a safe place, a quiet promise. Thank you, Elias. But the way his thumb brushed the back of her hand said enough. They didn't speak of love, not yet. But both of them knew, in that tiny hospital room, something soft and precious had begun. Sophie sat on the edge of her bed, phone pressed close to her ear. As soon as her mother's familiar voice answered, Sophie's heart felt lighter. "Mama, it's me," she said softly. Her mother laughed on the other end, the sound full of warmth and the smell of home. "Sophie, my child, you have been quiet. Are you well? Is everything still good in Korea?" Sophie smiled, curling her toes under the blanket. "I'm good, Mama. Everything is fine. I just wanted to hear your voice. And to tell you something nice." "Ah, you know I love good news. Tell me everything." Sophie laughed shyly. "Very soon, Mama. Maybe in a few days I might come to Namibia, or maybe, if you want, you could come here to Korea first. Would you like that?" There was a small silence. Then her mother's joyful laugh burst through. "Oh, my child, I have prayed every night that God gives you joy, and now look at you. So, tell me—" Sophie blushed, covering her mouth. "Mama, maybe, yes. He's good to me. He loves me very much. He treats me well." Her mother's voice turned gentle but firm with motherly care. "My Sophie, do you still go to church there? Do you still thank God for what He has given you?" Sophie nodded, even though her mother couldn't see. "Yes, Mama, I promise. I thank Him every day. I always remember your words. I know He brought me here for a reason. Good. You must never forget to kneel and say thank you. Love is a gift, my daughter, but gratitude keeps it strong. I am so happy, Sophie." Sophie felt tears sting behind her eyes, but she smiled wide. "Thank you, Mama. And about my studies, my exams are done. In 2 days they will pin up the results. I hope I passed." Her mother chuckled kindly. "Ah, my child, you worked too hard not to pass. You have always made us proud. Even if you don't get perfect marks, you have done your best. That is enough." "Thank you, Mama. When I see the results, I will call you first before I tell anyone else. My prayers follow you, Sophie. May God bless your love and your dreams." "Amen, Mama, I love you." "I love you too, my flower." They stayed on the line for a little longer, 2 hearts across 2 continents, warmed by faith, hope, and a mother's blessing that made everything feel possible. Sophie listened to her mother's gentle breathing on the line, and her heart felt so big it could burst. Chairman Lee sat across from Jumong in the quiet living room of the mansion. He didn't know exactly why his son had called him home in the middle of the day, but he sensed it was important. Jumong poured them both tea without a word. The porcelain cups clinked softly, the only sound filling the pause between father and son. "Father," Jumong said, his tone calm but carrying an edge that made Chairman Lee's chest tighten. "I need to know the truth. About your brother, Dong-hyun, about me, everything exactly as it was." Chairman Lee's shoulders stiffened. He looked at his son, the face so familiar, yet so marked by pain. He himself had helped bury. He didn't look away. Dong Hyun and I were identical twins. No one could tell us apart, except for a scar on his upper arm. That scar was our secret mark. We both worked under your grandfather, Madam Lee's father. He controlled every part of our lives. Jumong listened closely, his eyes never blinking, as if drinking in a truth he had starved for. Chairman Lee continued, the weight of old guilt pressing on each word. I loved Hannah, but I never told her. She was gentle and kind, and in my heart I believed she might feel the same for me. But we never confessed it. When we finally spoke our feelings, it was right before I was sent away on a mission. I never told Dong Hyun about her. He didn't know there was someone special in my life. While I was gone, Hannah came to visit our family house sometimes. She met Dong Hyun without knowing he was my twin. He thought she was just a kind guest, and she found comfort in his warmth and friendliness. What happened between them was never planned. By the time I came back, she was expecting a child. His child. He drew in a breath, jaw tightening to keep it from trembling. Dong Hyun went on a dangerous mission. 4 months into her pregnancy, he was declared dead. I never fully believed it once. I even searched in Japan. Some said he had married there, hidden away. Some said he died nameless. I always hoped. I still hope, Jumong asked, voice softer. But the pain raw underneath. And Madam Lee. Chairman Lee's eyes lowered. He rubbed his palm against his knee as if grounding himself. When I returned, Madam Lee was secretly pregnant by another man. Her father forced me to marry her to hide the shame. She gave birth, but the baby died within hours. Doctor said she would never have a child again. She feared her father's fury. Around that same time, Hannah gave birth to you but died. I found you, my brother's blood, Hannah's last gift. I claimed you as mine and brought you to Madam Lee. We told everyone you were her son. It saved her. It saved you. It was my promise to your mother and my brother. Chairman Lee's eyes glistened. His voice dropped to a whisper. For 7 years, she loved you because she thought you were all she could have. Then, against the doctor's words, she became pregnant with Hae Jin. After that, her old bitterness returned. She saw Hannah every time she looked at you. Jumong clenched his hands on his lap. His voice quivered, but did not break. When I was a child, she locked me in a storage room for days, left me in a strange city alone for weeks. I never understood why. I used to think I deserved it. Chairman Lee's face tightened. A tear welled up, but he did not brush it away. I failed you. I thought silence would protect you. It only hurt you. I should have stood between her and you. Forgive me, son. Jumong's eyes softened. His throat burned, but his heart felt strangely light. You kept your promise to Dong Hyun, and to Hannah, and to me. That is why I can forgive. He paused, swallowing, then spoke with a gentler tone, almost like a boy asking his father for a bedtime story. Do you have a photo of Hannah? Chairman Lee nodded slowly. His voice turned warm, touched with longing. Yes, one hidden safely where no one could destroy it. I will show you. She was beautiful, just like the memories I still keep. Jumong breathed in slowly. If we find Dong Hyun alive, what will you do? Chairman Lee smiled faintly, but his eyes glistened with decades of waiting. It would be the best gift I could ever receive. I wake sometimes crying for him. I miss him every day. If I can see him before I die, I will have peace at last. At that moment, Jumong's phone buzzed on the table, vibrating against the wood. He didn't flinch this time. He lifted it calmly. It was Elias, he answered. Young. The test is done. We have what we need. Jumong lowered the phone and looked at his father. We have a lead. If it's truly Dong Hyun, I'll find him soon. Chairman Lee stood shakily. He reached out and pulled Jumong into a tight embrace. His voice broke against his son's shoulder. This secret was Madame Lee's silent weapon. Now it has no power. You can begin your own family freely. I can breathe. I am proud of the man you are. Jumong hugged him back with all the quiet strength he had learned from surviving lies. They let go slowly, a soft promise between them that the past would not win. Chairman Lee turned, his steps lighter than they had been in decades. He walked out of the mansion, ready to face the house he shared with Madame Lee, carrying no more secrets on his shoulders, only the hope that tomorrow would taste like freedom.